Hello and a very warm welcome to a brand new edition of Verdict 2015 with me, Frank Pereira. Let's begin with today's Verdict headlines. Countdown starts for voting in the second phase of Bihar elections on Friday. Campaigning for the phase came to an end at 5 p.m. earlier today. Flurry of rallies by NDA and Grand Alliance leaders. Nitish Kumar addresses 5 election meetings. Lalu Prasad 8. Union Ministers Anant Kumar and Ravi Shankar Prasad campaign for the BJP. We focus on Aurangabad district where Nitish has been credited for development, but there are several villages that have been neglected. Developmental works are still awaiting clearances. And today we shine the spotlight on the assembly seats in Kaimur district as well that are waiting deliverance from the Maoist menace. While campaigning for the second phase of the Bihar elections is drawing to a close, or it came to an end at 5 p.m. today, both sides, the Mahagathbandhan and the NDA camp, spared no efforts in reaching out to the voters before the voting day on Friday. Ahead of the close of campaigning for the second phase on Wednesday, the main rivals organized a spate of rallies in Bihar. For the Grand Alliance, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar addressed 5 rallies, while his chief ally Lalu Prasad campaigned in 8 places. The second phase of elections will be held for 32 seats in 6 districts on Friday. 458 candidates are in the fray. 32 of them are women. 10 of these seats are in Gaya, 7 in Rohtas, 6 in Aurangabad, 4 in Kaimur, 3 in Jahanabad and 2 in Arwal, Makdampur and Imamganj are reserved SC seats. Hindustani Awam Morcha Chief Jitan Ram Manjhi is contesting from both these seats. Meanwhile, campaigning is in full swing for the third phase. Voting for 50 seats in 6 districts will be held on the 28th of October. The fate of Lalu Prasad's sons, Tej Pratap and Tejasvi Yadav, will be decided in Mahua and Raghopur. Polling for the 4th and 5th phases will take place on the 1st and 5th of November, while the votes will be counted on the 8th of November. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television. Joining me for a chat this evening to talk about this is the Bureau Chief of the Pioneer, Faizan Ahmed. Faizan Ahmed, good evening and thank you so much for joining me on the program. As far as the second phase of polling is concerned, the political parties have now done their bits. It is completely left up to the voter on Friday to go out and cast his or her franchise. What's going to be different from the first phase as far as the second phase is concerned?
You see, in these 32 constituencies spread over 6 districts, interestingly, all these constituencies fall under these Maoist hit areas. And, the contest everywhere is it is direct contest between the NDA as well as the Mahagathbandhan. So it was earlier also, you see, in 49 constituencies earlier and in 32 constituencies on Friday. The contest is very straight and very keen.
Would you say then that the Election Commission and the security forces on the ground have got a tougher job or tougher task at hand as compared to the first phase, because Maoists have come out and called for a poll boycott in this phase of polling?
You see, in these areas, Maoists have a traditional stronghold, but for the last 1 decade, there are very minor incidents of Naxalism. This time also, there could be poll boycott appeals in certain pockets, not entire constituency, not even one entire constituency. So, yes, definitely the fear is there, but still the fear of Maoist has waned. It is waning.
You
see, I remember just 10 years back in Jahanabad, in November 2005, there had been a major Maoist attack and a jailbreak in Jahanabad jailbreak, where about 200 Maoists and their supporters had attacked the jail and freed their comrades and leaving at least 12 people dead. But that is a history.
Indeed, that is history. But, as far as the second phase is concerned, what do you think are going to be the main issues on the ground?
Well, like earlier phase, first phase, the second phase is also, casteism is everywhere. I can say that caste polarization is going on in each constituency. Although people also talk about development and local issues like irrigation, drinking water, and roads and bridges. But still the caste is playing supreme.
All right, indeed, the caste is playing supreme like anywhere else in Bihar. Faizan Ahmed, thank you so much for joining us on the program this evening and putting things into perspective for us. Much appreciate you taking time off and talking to us about the polls in Bihar. Moving on now, a delegation comprising of the Grand Alliance leaders and eminent lawyer KTS Tulsi appealed to the Election Commission to prevent the BJP from misusing public property during the ongoing elections in Bihar. The leaders said that putting up the cutouts and hoardings of the Prime Minister at the state airport and railway station violated the election code of conduct. The leaders demanded immediate removal of all the banners installed within the airport or being displayed at public places without the approval of the Election Commission. Let's listen in to political reactions on the issue in Poll Bits.
जो साइट टेंडर के लिए अलॉट होती है उसकी पहली शर्त है दैट नो पॉलिटिकल मिसयूज विल बी डन। उसका कोई भी राजनीतिक कार्य के लिए दुरुपयोग नहीं होगा। हमने चुनाव आयोग की जानकारी में ये सारी चीज लाई कि किसके कहने पर ये चुनाव प्रचार पटना एयरपोर्ट पर रेलवे स्टेशन पर हो रहा है। नंबर 1, अगर आपने इजाजत दी है तो आप बताएं। तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, हमने इजाजत नहीं दी।
चुनाव में 2 चीजें महत्वपूर्ण होती है कि क्या सत्ता में बैठा हुआ व्यक्ति और उसकी पार्टी मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट का वायलेशन कर रहे हैं। ये एक बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण परिस्थिति हमारे सामने उत्पन्न हुई कि एयरपोर्ट के प्रेमिसेस के अंदर दर्जनों कटआउट लगे हुए हैं वोट मांगते हुए, जो कि पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी का मिसयूज है एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के हित में। इलेक्शन कमीशन ने इसको संज्ञान में लिया है और जिस प्रकार की तस्वीरें चारों तरफ लगी हुई हैं, हमें पूरी उम्मीद है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन उसको शाम तक कम से कम नीचे उतरवा देंगे।
प्रधानमंत्री ने संविधान और कानून का मजाक उड़ाया है और एक गैर कानूनी गैर संवैधानिक बात की है कि एयरपोर्ट का भी दुरुपयोग करना शुरू कर दिया, रेलवे स्टेशन का भी दुरुपयोग करना शुरू कर दिया। क्या इतने घबरा गए हैं प्रधानमंत्री और उनकी पार्टी कि अब कानून को भी ताक पे रख के वो इलेक्शन लड़ेंगे?
क्यों उनको इस बात से एतराज क्यों है पोस्टर से? ऐसा इसमें क्या लिखा हुआ है? अब मैंने एक बात कही इसमें, अगर उनको लगता है, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि क्यों उनको लगता है व्हाई द हैट फिट्स हिम। ये तो मैंने मिस्टर कुमार बोला ना। मिस्टर कुमार तो भैया बिहार में बहुत सारे हैं। मेरे खुद के नाम के आगे कुमार लगा हुआ है। मैं खुद चिराग कुमार पासवान, अगर आप मेरे वोटर उसमें देखें, कार्ड में देखें तो मेरा पूरा नाम कुमार के साथ है। तो मिस्टर कुमार टैग मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि महागठबंधन के लोग व्हाई दे थिंकिंग दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर हैट इज फिटिंग देम ओनली।
Going on now, residents of Bihar generally agree that developmental work has been most visible in Nitish Kumar's rule, but many still feel left out. Villagers of Aurangabad district are some of them. Here's more.
Divisional headquarters Dev Hasoli Panchayat. Located barely 10 kilometers away from Aurangabad district, the Adri River flows through the town. It connects dozens of villages. But because no government has ever built a bridge on it, thousands of villagers travelling for their daily livelihood have to reach the district headquarters to cross the river.
हमने कितना दिक्कत है आने जाने को, परेशानी है। सब नेता आता है तो कहता है कि हम बनाएंगे, कोई भी नहीं बनाता है।
Nepwa, Mishra Bigha, Lal Bigha, Daulatpur, all villages in the vicinity face a common list of hardships. Villagers complain that their school-going children need a frequent change of dress because their uniforms get wet. Patients seeking urgent treatment are in danger of not reaching hospitals in time.
और माल मवेशी आदमी लड़कन के पढ़ने के लिए देखे रहे हैं क्या स्थिति है आने जाने में। और आज 60 बरस देश की आज़ादी का हो गया, वो अभी तक हमने के पुल नहीं मिला।
हम लोग सांसद और विधायक पर बराबर गुहार लगाते आ रहे हैं, लेकिन कई बार उन लोगों को हमने लिखित भी दिया, लेकिन ले करके भी कह दिए कि इसे ये हम लोगों की बस की बात नहीं है। तो अगर अब ऐसा नहीं इस पर सरकार सुनवाई करता है, या केंद्र सरकार हो या राज्य सरकार नहीं सुनवाई करता है, तो इसके लिए हम आगे चल करके वोट बहिष्कार का आह्वान करते हैं।
राज्य सरकार पैसा उपलब्ध नहीं करा रहा है, तो आने वाली सरकार जब बनेगी तो निश्चित रूप से उसका प्रथम प्राथमिकता दिया जाएगा।
Tired of seeing their complaints fall on deaf ears, the villagers are talking of boycotting these elections. The district magistrate is, however, cautioning against doing any such thing.
क्योंकि अगर किसी को वोट नहीं देना है तो ये उसका व्यक्तिगत निर्णय है, वो अपने घर में बैठ के नहीं भी दे सकता है। लेकिन इस तरह का माहौल बनाना और मीडिया में देना कि बहिष्कार, हम इसको प्रथम दृष्टया ऐसा मानेंगे कि वो बाकी लोगों के अधिकार को इन्फ्लुएंस करने की कोशिश कर रहा है। और इस तरह का अगर कोई हम लोग 2-3 लोगों को आइडेंटिफाई कर पाएंगे जो इस तरह का माहौल बिल्डिंग कर रहे हैं, तो उन पे हम लोग कानूनी कार्रवाई भी कर सकते हैं।
Political parties and legislatures say that shortage of funds may have forced many programs being put in cold storage. But they promise that the bridge will come up on the river this time. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but on the other side, the village in Bihar is home to around 80 bachelors. It is referred to by the locals as the village of unmarried men. We'll tell you all about it on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Get live Rajya Sabha session. News, views, reports and analysis you can trust on social media. Subscribe, follow, like Rajya Sabha Television.
Hottest topics.
If you can facilitate the opening up and the expansion of the international border trade, you can add to the economy.
370 धारा जो है वो जम्मू कश्मीर को मुल्क के साथ जोड़े रखती है।
Candid confessions.
The Congress has not been able to communicate.
We have to revive our links with the masses.
World-class healthcare is available to only a handful of people in this country.
Causing controversies.
A lot of leaders today think that they rule by divine right.
Now, media has become manageable.
Watch RSTV engage personalities to the point. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m., Thursday, 1:30 and 5:30 p.m.
Tales that inspire, stories of social change. A salute to diversity, promoting public discourse. Events that motivate, inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries every Friday at 10:30 p.m, Saturday 12:30 p.m, and Sunday at 1 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, 48 years since its inception, 1,000 crore rupees have been spent on the North Koel Reservoir project. But the task is still nowhere near complete. Lack of political will has reduced the canal to something more than just a rainwater drain. Let's take a look.
In 1975, when the North Koel Canal irrigation project was undertaken by the then combined state of Bihar in the districts of Palamu, Aurangabad, Arwal and Gaya, the faces of lakhs of farmers seemed to radiate hope. They felt it won't be long before water reached their farms and ushered in prosperity. But till this day, their dreams are nowhere close to being realized. This is after 1,000 crore has been spent on the project.
इस नहर से सिंचाई की व्यवस्था कई 1000 हेक्टेयर में है, लेकिन सारा जो है वो व्यवस्था लगता है कि धूमिल पड़ा हुआ है पानी के अभाव में।
Ironically, a project that is supposed to irrigate 1,20,000 hectares is not functional because sluice gates have not been fitted in its feeder barrage located in Jharkhand's Mohammadganj block. Since this involves submergence and relocation of villagers, the issue has become contentious, although the BJP assures that it will get the issue resolved.
राजनीतिक इच्छा शक्ति की तो कमी रही ही, जिसके चलते यह परियोजना अधर में लटक गई, क्योंकि यह परियोजना 1975 में शुरू हुई। इसका निर्माण कार्य 1975 में शुरू हुआ।
दो राज्य की मामला है, उसके चलते ही बाधित हो जा रहा है। क्या हो रहा है ये आपको बताते हैं कि उग्रवाद प्रभावित एरिया है, उसके कारण नहीं लग रहा है।
The ground reality, however, is that if the irrigation project is completed, it will provide revived crops in 4 districts. It also has the potential of weaning away the area's youth from the clutches of Maoism by keeping them gainfully employed in agriculture. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Let's take a look at some poll snippets now in our segment Poll Parade. 96-year-old Sumitra Devi has filed her nomination from Purnia Sadar constituency. Born in 1920, Sumitra Devi last contested and won an election in 1951, which was the first time Bihar Assembly went to polls after independence. Sumitra Devi is a candidate from the Rashtravadi Janata Party. There will be repolling in a polling booth in the Chakai constituency of Jamui district. This after reports that the mock poll data from the EVM was not deleted prior to the day of polling on October 12th. The Election Commission will announce the date of polling soon. 12 people, including some policemen, were injured as police resorted to Lathi Charge to disperse a stone-pelting crowd in Bihar Sharif. The crowd had grown restive due to the late arrival of Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan at a poll rally organized by the BJP. After arriving more than 2 hours late, Devgan only waved at the crowd from the helicopter and did not land. Moving on, now young voters in Naxal-infested Kaimur district of Bihar speak in one voice against poor internet and mobile connectivity. Voters here have decided to confront politicians with demands for good roads, mobiles and internet connectivity. And these have become major poll issues for young voters in the upcoming assembly elections.
Vishal, a computer science graduate from Banaras Hindu University, returned home to prepare for civil service examinations. He decided to subscribe to online test material offered by various coaching centers in the national capital. However, poor internet and mobile connectivity in the area has become a major problem in his pursuit to prepare for the exams.
यहाँ पे नेटवर्क का बहुत गंदा प्रॉब्लम है। यहाँ हम लोग मतलब प्रिपरेशन करते हैं घर पे बैठ के, तो सारी बुक्स तो यहाँ अवेलेबल हो नहीं पाती हैं, छोटे शहर हैं, और जो सारी बुक मतलब जो भी कुछ हम लोग रिक्वायर्ड मतलब नेट से लेना चाहते हैं, तो नेट का प्रॉब्लम ऐसा है कि यहाँ पे देखिए सर्वर नॉट फाउंड, मतलब कोई भी साइट खोलने पे सर्वर नॉट फाउंड लिखता है।
Many students have to spend more than 100 rupees to travel to Bhabua, the district headquarters, to get internet access. They are cut off from the rest of the world for 20 days a month due to lack of internet and mobile connectivity. Many have migrated to other states due to lack of development in the district.
नेटवर्क सही से मिल नहीं पाता है, और इंटरनेट का तो आप भूल ही जाइए एकदम। इंटरनेट चलने वाला है नहीं यहाँ पे। बस इसी वजह से यहाँ के युवा यहाँ पे रहना नहीं चाहते हैं और इधर-उधर बनारस पटना जाना चाह रहे हैं।
Many attribute the growing problem of Naxalism to the inability of governments to connect the village's youth to the outside world. However, representatives across political spectrum are making tall claims ahead of the crucial assembly elections. While the Grand Alliance is busy reminding voters about its election promise of expanding internet access, the NDA is harping on Prime Minister's tech-savvy image.
हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी ने जो 7 निश्चय किया है विकास का, उसमें एक निश्चय में से है कि बिहार के जितने भी महाविद्यालय हैं, विश्वविद्यालय हैं और जितने भी कॉलेज कैंपसेस रहेंगे, वहाँ पे हम लोग वाईफाई मुफ्त में देने का ऐलान किए हमारी पार्टी की तरफ से, हमारे गठबंधन की तरफ से।
भरपूर मदद करेगी जो टेक्नोलॉजी व्यवस्था है मोदी जी की, अभी तो कार्य रूप उसको दे दिया गया है। पूर्ण होने में थोड़ा समय लगेगा, कोई इतना आसानी से तो कोई काम होगा नहीं, उसका समय लगता है। लेकिन आने वाले 2-3 साल में बिहार की सरकार भी बन जाती है तो आने वाले 2-3 साल में सब काम पूर्ण दिखाई देगा। पूरा बिहार की जनता देख चुके होगी, बिहार के नौजवान देख चुके होंगे और भारत की भी जनता देखेगी बिहार के बारे में।
In Kaimur district, there are 4 assembly constituencies, namely Bhabua, Mohania, Ramgarh and Chainpur. Kaimur is among the most backward regions in Bihar. Voters feel that better connectivity would also help the security personnel in freeing the area from red rebels.
Young voters also feel that government's proposal to popularize its surrender policy in a bid to win war against Maoists may also not gather momentum, as most of the Maoist cadres operate from remote areas where except short radio wave, no other form of communication is available. Reporting from Kaimur, with camera person Sudhanshu, I am Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Meanwhile, a remote village in the heart of the Kaimur Hills in Bihar is home to some 80 bachelors. The men, who are between the ages of 16 and 80, are known locally as residents of the village of unmarried men. Let's take a look.
28-year-old Mahesh is ready for marriage. In fact, his mother has been looking for a suitable match for the last 12 years. But all her efforts come to a dead end once prospective brides hear that they belong to Barwa Kala, a village that has no approach roads.
हमारे यहाँ से सड़क नहीं है और शादी करने के लिए कोई तैयार भी नहीं हो रहा है, लड़की देने के लिए कोई भी तैयार नहीं है और यहाँ पे बिजली बत्ती नहीं है और पानी का सुविधा भी नहीं है, चापाकल भी नहीं है।
मेरे लड़का का शादी कैसे होई, माने कि रोड नहीं खे, या लाइन नहीं खे, या कोनो व्यवस्था नहीं खे, कैसे होई हमन के लड़का कुंवार यहाँ से।
The villagers themselves built a road for half of the 4-mile hilly terrain, but that's not enough. Outsiders are scared of the Maoist militants who operate in the area. Amenities are few, hand water pumps don't work, the nearest hospital is 20 kilometers away. It's a hard life for women. In the 2010 elections, unmarried villagers were given hope that things will change enough to impact their marital status positively. Promises that are being heard all over again in 2015.
2-4 जगह जो रह गया है वो हमारी सरकार बनती है तो वो सड़कें पक्कीकरण हो जाएंगी और विकास की गंगा बही रही है, इसमें तो कोई दो राय नहीं है।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनने के बाद पहला काम होगा हमारी बेरोजगारी, हमारी सड़कों की व्यवस्था को सुदृढ़ करना, शांति व्यवस्था का हालत जहां तक है आपसे छिपा हुआ नहीं।
Besides the problems posed by the hilly terrain, since the area is within the wildlife protection zone, legal hurdles also stand in the way of construction projects. The villagers hope a new government would find a way to work around them.
For those of us living in urban centers, underdevelopment might just be another word, but it's the way of life here. Many villagers are actually sneaking into other villages and pretending to live there just to get married. Eclipsed by political apathy, we just hope elections 2015 bring good tidings for these villagers. Reporting from Kaimur, with camera person Sudhanshu, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
That's it on this edition of Verdict 2015. Have a good evening and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.